You are sitting in a chair right now, and you can feel that heavy weight in your chest because you know that time is moving faster than you are, and you see the players on your screen who are the same age as you, signing pro contracts and playing in front of thousands of fans while you're stuck in a classroom trying to remember facts for a test that will never help you score a goal, and you are terrified of being average. Because deep down, you know that the life you are living right now is a trap designed to turn you into a regular office worker instead of an elite athlete. And you tell yourself that you are working hard because you go to team training and you do your drills and you sweat. But you know the gap between you and the top 1% is getting bigger every single day. And if you do not change how you think about football in the next 90 days, you will end up as that guy in the pub who talks about how he almost made it if he just had a better coach or more luck. And the truth about staying average is that you are playing a game made by people who want you to be safe, while the elite are playing a game made by people who want to be dangerous. And the biggest lie everyone tells you is that hard work is the only thing that matters, because you hear it from every local coach and every person on social media who says to just put in the hours and believe in yourself. And that sounds nice because it makes the dream feel possible for everyone. But it is a lie that keeps you stuck in the 99%. Because if hard work was the only thing that mattered, then the hardest working player at your local park would be a pro. But they are not, because they are working on the wrong things in the wrong way. And the common belief is that you need to be a balanced person with a social life and good grades and a football dream. But for a striker or a winger who wants to be elite, balance is a mistake, because greatness is not normal. And if you do what all the average kids do, you will get exactly what they have, which is a normal job and a life spent watching other people win on TV. And this lie is dangerous because it stops you from having the laser focus. You need to build a pro-level brain. And while you are living an average life, your body is actually getting worse because the 7 hours you spend sitting at a desk are shutting down your glutes and making your hip flexors tight and rounding your shoulders, which means you arrive at training with a body that is stiff and slow, and you are basically trying to run high-speed software on a broken computer, and the phone in your pocket is poisoning your focus. Because every time you scroll through short clips, you are frying your brain and making it impossible to stay locked in during a long match where things are hard and the reward takes time to earn. And you are becoming a fan of other people's success instead of the person making it happen. And the reality of escaping the average trap is that you must become a specialist who understands how the brain actually learns and how the body actually creates speed. Because the professional level does not want a nice kid who tries hard. They want a machine that can solve problems on the pitch, and you must master the habit of scanning, which is the ability to see the defender and the space, and make a choice in less than half a second. And most of you spend your solo sessions doing drills, where you don't have to think at all, which means you are training your feet to move, but your brain is staying asleep. And if your training does not make your head tired, it is not real training, it is just exercise. And the 1% know that the game is won in the nervous system, which is why players like Lamine Yamal look like they have all the time in the world, because their brain wiring is so thick and strong that their signals move way faster than yours. And they aren't overthinking because they have already solved every problem thousands of times in training. That was actually hard. And you must also realize that your friends are probably keeping you average because humans naturally copy the people around them. And if you are the most disciplined person in your group, you are in the wrong group. And you need to be okay with being alone or finding people who make you feel like you aren't doing enough. And you can see this in how Cristiano Ronaldo lived his life, because he had a personal chef and a trainer before he was even a global star, as he didn't care about being normal, he only cared about being the best. And if you want to close the gap, you have to treat your whole day like a mission, where every choice from the water you drink to when you put your phone away is a part of your success. And you must understand that your potential is like a bank account. And every time you choose comfort, you are making a withdrawal, while every time you choose the hard path, you are making a deposit. And the problem is that most of you are biologically bankrupt because you have spent years following the average protocol of sitting still and eating garbage and scrolling for dopamine. And you think that a few weeks of hard work can undo years of damage. But it takes a surgical intervention to fix your biology. And the elite level is a brutal meritocracy that does not care about your excuses or your feelings. It only cares about your clinical output. And if you cannot produce results, you do not exist to the scouts and the agents who are looking for the next superstar. And you are currently an easy player to defend because you are predictable and you move exactly like everyone else, because you are training exactly like everyone else. And if you want to be a ghost on the pitch who arrives from nowhere to score the winning goal, you have to build the brain of a poacher and the body of a sprinter. And this requires you to kill the person you currently are to become the person you want to be. And most of you are too scared to let go of your average life because you want to be liked by your friends and you want to be comfortable in your room. But the 1% have realized that the only thing worse than being alone is being average. And they have accepted the solitude of the grind because they know that the glory at the end is worth the sacrifice in the beginning, and you have a biological deadline that is approaching faster than you realize. And for a footballer, the years between 15 and 19 are the most important because your brain is still capable of massive change. But once you hit 20, the cement begins to dry, and it becomes 10 times harder to build the speed and the vision that the pros have. And if you waste these years on video games and parties, you are literally deleting your own career, and you need to stop asking for permission to be great and start taking it by force through the work you do when no one is watching. And this is why the free nutrition and recovery cheat sheet is the most important thing you will read. Because most of you go onto the pitch with zero energy because you ate a bowl of cereal or a school lunch that made your energy spike and then crash in the second half, which is exactly why your legs feel like lead and you start making stupid mistakes when the game is on the line. And you can find the link to that cheat sheet in the description. And it is the first step to fixing your body so that your brain can actually work at a pro speed, and it gives you the exact fuel you need to keep your focus at 100% for the full 90 minutes. So you stop snatching at chances and start finishing like a pro. But if you are truly scared of being average and you realize you have less than 1,000 days before your pro window closes forever, you need the 12-week Elite Blueprint for $27. Because this is the system that takes a normal student athlete and rebuilds them into a pro-level player by focusing on the only things that actually matter, like explosive speed and mental sharpness. And this is the only program that understands you have school and homework, and it organizes your life into a surgical plan. So you stop guessing and start winning, and it gives you the exact daily schedule for your gym sessions and your pitch work and your recovery, so you can out-engineer every other player in your league. And the final reality check is that the whole world is waiting for you to fail, because the system needs people to sit in offices and pay taxes and be quiet, and the scouts are not coming to your local park to save you, because they only go where the talent is already elite. And if you are 17 and you aren't in a top system yet, you are in the danger zone, and you cannot afford another day of just working hard. You need to be an anomaly right now. And the choice is between the quick fun of fitting in and the long-term glory of making it. And most of you will finish this video and feel excited for 5 minutes. And then you will go back to your old habits, and you will prove the system right. But the 1% will realize their dream is a fire that needs constant work, and they will download the blueprint, and they will fix their diet, and they will start scanning the room they are in right now, and they will become the ghost that haunts the defense. Because the game of football is brutal, and it does not care about your feelings. It only cares about your results, and you are the only person responsible for your life. So, stop waiting for a miracle and start building the machine, and fix your sleep and fix your focus. Because the window is closing and the top players are already working, while you're still trying to decide if you want it, and you have everything to win and a whole life of regret to lose. And you must realize that being average is a choice that you make every time you hit the snooze button, and every time you eat the junk food, and every time you choose to stay in your comfort zone. And if you want a different result, you have to be a different person starting today. And the work is hard and the path is lonely, but the stadiums are waiting for those who are brave enough to walk it. And you have to decide if you are a fan who watches the game or a machine that dictates the game. And the elite strikers and wingers do not ask for respect. They earn it through the blood and the sweat and the clinical output. They show every single week, and you have the chance to rewrite your story right now. But you have to act before the clock hits zero. And the game of life is just like a match on the pitch, where the only thing that matters is what you do in the 90th minute when everyone else has given up. And if you want to be the person lifting the trophy while everyone else watches from the stands, you have to start engineering your biology for success. And you have to stop listening to the average people who tell you to take it easy or that you have time, because they are the ones who will be stuck while you move into the stadiums. And the dream is not a fantasy. It is a logical conclusion of the protocol you follow. And if the protocol is average, the result is average. But if the protocol is elite, the result is elite. And you have the tools in front of you. So stop making excuses and start making progress, because the only person standing in your way is the version of you that is too scared to change. And you need to kill that version of yourself tonight and wake up tomorrow as the athlete you were born to be. So get the cheat sheet and get the blueprint and stand on business and go work right now. Because the only thing between you and the stadiums on TV is the choice to stop being average and start being elite.